Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Gradtron YouTube channel. So I'm sorry to say that I did not have any time to record a reaction today. I thought, oh, I've got the day off. I'll have time to record a reaction. Just didn't. Slammed busy. Craziness. So I had a couple wild cards recorded in advance. So that's going to be today's reaction. I was really hoping to do Caravan today. Hopefully, I get some time to record over the weekend, but still wanted to make sure you guys got a reaction. I know it's much later in the day than I usually have these up, but just wanted to still at least have something out there. So yeah, enjoy this Wildcard Wednesday in advance reaction, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Gradtron YouTube channel. It is Wednesday, which means we're doing another wild card reaction. This week, I'm reacting to a band I basically know nothing about. One of the things I said I wanted to do on the channel was to showcase lesser-known bands, up-and-coming bands, to give them their fair due, because, every great band was once an unknown local band, except for supergroups, in which case, they got signed right away. But really want to, branch out and get some surprises. So bands that I haven't heard, have no relationship with, no biases towards or against, just like, hey, what do you think of this? So what are we reacting to this week? Oh man, we are reacting to Kites and Powerlines and their song New Life. According to their Bandcamp, they're alternative progressive, alternative rock and roll, heavy rock, and from Binghamton in New York. So I don't know anything about this band. Basically, what I did was I saw that someone in the comments suggested that I react to them. And so for the wildcard reactions, I can react to basically anything I want. So it can be something I pick. It can be off the listener list. It's just like I get to pick. And I try to do something a little bit offbeat and different. So, a lesser known artist or just something a little bit, weird and different, not the normal, like, oh, here's another classic rock band everyone likes. So I don't really know anything about this band. It was suggested by a commenter. I didn't write down who suggested it, so sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm going with the song New Life, which is the second song off this album, There's More to Life Than Black and White, from 2017. Why am I going with it? Because it's the first one that showed up in the YouTube search. So going in blind, no biases, or rather, I have biases, but nothing necessarily in favor or against the band. I'm generally not an alternative guy. Generally not my thing. And with progressive rock, I do have some biases in that I find that a lot of bands are more concerned with being technical than writing good material. But this is only 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Basically the perfect pop song length. So yeah, I'm gonna see what happens with it. Like I said, this is my first time listening to the band, unbiased as I can be with my tastes. But the goal on this channel is to try to be positive. So hopefully it's great, and I'm giving them a great spotlight. So yeah, let's check it out.
There's no payment, nothing.
All right, yeah.
Me, I believe that the trees and the seasons of love. When will this finally be over? You're just a chip on my shoulder, just going nowhere till I finally make a move. I've got a past just away in the back with a smile. I fill my tank for the long haul, prepare my heart for the big fall, so one day I can finally stumble out of you. And this is the part where I get on. If you want to close your eyes and stay where I know damn well it's all I did. So make me stay. I could love you if only I had found a way. We will get these people my job in this place.
Okay, so I was a little bit concerned with this because I was like, "Oh no, is this going to be white people funk? Is this going to be terrible?" As some of the people who have watched my Tool videos know what I'm talking about. And in some ways, it kind of is. But it's sort of like the best that could possibly be, where it's actually this is working for me completely. I'm sincerely locked into the groove, and the vocals. Typically I don't like this kind of vocalist matched with this kind of style. But the more he sang, the more I actually started to get into it, and he actually had a really nice soaring melody in the chorus, so super catchy. They're playing very well, and so what's impressing me about this piece is that this is not typically my cup of tea necessarily, where it's the kind of thing where I'd be like, it's striking a lot of boxes of things I typically don't like musically, but they're actually doing a really good job with it. And as people know on this channel, I'm unbiased. I don't know these guys. I don't have to be nice to them. I could rip them to shreds. I don't see a need to. This is enjoyable, and especially if you like Sublime. Actually, then maybe you'd hate this, because if I like it, then there's something wrong with it. But I'm thinking it's actually pretty cool. Once again, unbiased, first listen, picked a random song, but I'm enjoying it. The biggest strength for me thus far was definitely that vocal during the chorus. That was really impressive. Yeah, and the little the rhythm there, that's definitely where I see the modern prog why they would call themselves progressive. That is that type of rhythm and chord pattern, something I found in a lot of modern prog bands. And so it's weird in the context of this song, because in many ways it feels like a pop single, but like, hey, we have to remind everyone that we're still a prog band, and tag that in there. But it didn't feel forced. It felt very organic. So I thought it was cool. I'm actually going to rewind it here, and we'll get back to it.
The sky, I'm reaching out for some new life. You're coming back with the dawn light, 'cause you don't have the guts to face the truth.
All right, I've officially decided that this is not white. This is not white people funk. This is just good. I have a lot of biases against that, and just for clarification, white people can play funk, and that doesn't mean that it's bad. But there's just like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Sublime and like that kind of stuff. Just like thumbs down for that stuff. But this is working for me. This is just it's succeeding. So this gets the stamp of approval from someone who admittedly has biases against this kind of thing. But you guys are doing it well, where it's not bugging me. It's cool. Yeah, great vocal. Yeah, and once again, there is how do I put it? When you're wrapped into an unknown band, I'm trying to treat people with respect, because they didn't ask for this, so this is gonna come completely by surprise. But this is per request. What I would say is, when you're looking at my background, I have different tastes. I come from a different background. My musical goals are different, so you have to factor all that in when you're hearing my analysis. But what I would say is, these guys are really tight musically. The singer is much better than I am as a singer, so he's got that going for him. So, take any criticism I have of these guys, if you're the band listening, with a grain of salt. You guys are doing a great job. I'm enjoying the piece. So, yeah, just reminding you, I'm just a guy. We're all just guys in this world.
This is the start where I fall. If you want to close your eyes and stay where I know it will restore ideas. Don't need to stay. I could love you if only I turn away. People get these people my job in this place.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed that last section there. Um, yeah, man, I had a thought and I lost it. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this piece.
And she closed her eyes.
Yes, I remember now. I remember what I was going to say. If this song was 20% faster and had a brass section, this would be a great ska song. um, yes, that is why it is working for me because this is basically just a slow ska song without the brass section. I have learned to appreciate ska over the years. So as I've complained about, me not liking white people funk, surprisingly ska works for me. As they did what they did to their reggae influences. But yeah, so I figured it out. Why I like this piece is because it is a slow ska song without the brass, with some prog elements in here. So, all right, cool. I figured out in my brain why this is working for me. This is basically a ska song that just like you guys forgot to record your saxophone and trumpets. You accidentally hit render before that. I didn't know if anyone told you that. But yeah, no, this is cool. I think the drums are probably the most impressive part musically. Just what they're doing, the rhythm changes. I think that's probably the most impressive part. But I mean, still, definitely a cool tune. I just wind a hair. Pausing again, lots of pause on the channel, but there's lots of things to comment on, and I don't want to make the mistake of having the thought in my head and having it go. Oh shoot, where'd it go? No, I'm just kidding. The guitars in that last section did exactly what I wanted them to do in the exact right spots, or if I was a producer on this track, that's what I would have had the guitars do. So that's very refreshing to hear.
Want to close your eyes and stay where I know damn well it's so ideal, so big mistake. I could love you if only I found a way to forget these people, my joy in this place.
I know, I like it. It's a sweet deal. I think I may get one of the electric cars. Why not?
All right, so yeah, that was New Life by Kites and Powerlines. I'm so glad that didn't suck, so I didn't have to be mean. Yeah, because, like, I'm telling you, this is the absolute hot seat when you're reacting to an obscure band and a band where, like, you don't know anything about them. You have no relationship. Like, I've reacted to like some friends bands, and with the Kings and Culprits, I at least knew the Andy and Alex YouTube channel. I knew nothing about these guys, and it was pretty cool. I would give this. This is tough. It's like teetering between B plus and A minus for me. I think it's you know what? I'm gonna give it the A minus, especially considering genre biases. I'll go ahead and give it an A minus. Because I do have biases against alternative rock and a lot of modern prog. But even with my biases, they did a really great job. The chorus is super hooky. They're all playing very well. Clearly, each of them are great at their instruments. And the fact that it just has like a great sing-along pop chorus, where the first time you hear it, that chorus is stuck in your head. That is really impressive. So they clearly know how to write. So yeah, points for composition, arrangement. Everyone's playing well. It's well produced. And I would say, one of the fears I have with digging into, obscure independent artists is that a lot of them just like, they don't have their shit together and they sound bad. And so it's just like, why would you record it that way? What are you doing? at least in terms of this recording, at least in terms of this song, these guys have their shit together. This was cool. This was a thumbs up. So I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of this one in the comments below. I can see this one not working for a lot of the classic rock fans on this channel, and I get it. And I think maybe if you had me listen to this 5 years ago, it wouldn't have worked for me. But my bassist Steve, being real into punk and ska, turned me on to a lot of that music, and also playing ska house shows turned me on to ska. I'm like, oh geez, this is really fun. And then we ended up doing our own ska song. And I'm not saying this is ska, but it reminds me of ska and makes me smile and has all these good other elements where I give it a thumbs up. So, yeah, I dig it. Let me know what you guys thought of it. I thought this was a cool tune. Yeah, be sure to do the liking, the commenting, the subscribing, all that good stuff. And if you like the song, please check out more of the band and maybe buy the album on Bandcamp. Support independent artists if you like it. Not pressuring my people on this channel to do anything, but like I have nothing to do with the band, so I'm gonna be like, yeah, please support the band that like isn't signed to a label and could probably use $10 right now. But yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.